third row.
Right.
Dang children.
All right. So we're live here with our KoB Leadership Lounge. Today is Thursday afternoon, kind of a throwback Thursday, if you will, or a Thankful Thursday, whichever one you use to make that great opportunity. And it's also National Pet Rescue Day. So if you can use any of those topics as things to post on if you're looking for something interactive. Okay, you got Thankful Thursday, you've got Throwback Thursday, you've got the National Pet Rescue Day, you got birthdays out there that you can do. So let's not get lazy in our own minds and feel like there's nothing to post about or you don't know what to say. Come up with something creative using those topics alone, and there's your interactive for the day. So we have some awesome people in here with us today, as we always do. We've got Angie, Crystal, Michelle, Helen, and Kelsey. And then, of course, you get double the trouble with me. I've got 2 counts in here.
I posted the Thankful Thursday, and I also mentioned that it was Pet Adoption Day today. And I got 25 people to post pictures of their pets that I've never even met before. I'm so excited.
See, and that's what's awesome about that is that people enjoy and love posting their pets. Like, they want to show everybody their fur babies.
Right? That works so well. I wish I could use it every day of the week.
Yeah, well, I mean, you still could. You still could. You could always throw it out there, maybe try different pets every day. Like Helen, for instance, has a bearded dragon. So you could always do like, hey, do any of you guys collect reptiles? Show me your reptilian friends in your family, Or another day, does anybody carry, how many of you guys are bird aficionados? You got any aviaries in your house? Let's show those. Then you can break it down into fish or,
Good
what insects
idea.
invade your kitchen.
Yeah, my son, as a matter of fact, just bought a 180-gallon fish tank.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Right? He's got a lot of cleaning to do this weekend with it, though.
Well, and now he has a place to take baths.
I'll remind him of that when his wife kicks him out of the house.
And there you go. There you go. So does anybody have anything that they'd like to discuss offhand, or should I get right into my topic?
Just FYI, I did a dry run on the deal or no deal training. I couldn't post it to like KoB without everybody seeing it. And since I wasn't glammed up and it was a dry run, I didn't want to do that. So I just recorded it to my phone and had Faith look at it. So it only took me 15 minutes. When do you want me to do the training? Because I thought it was going to take me like half an hour to do, and it really didn't.
Well, you could do it at any time that you'd like to. The main thing that I want to do is once you've done the training, I'd like to, go back and maybe edit the description of it so that way we can make it look a little like some of the other trainings that we're going to do in the future, and like link to the YouTube page and things like that.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, as far as that's concerned, that's something that me and you can work on the typing, and then you can just edit the post later. But now it's up to you whether or not you wanted to go and do it live or whether or not you want to do the pre-recorded one. And either one of them is fine with me. I have no preference. The main goal is, like, I don't care about live viewers as much as I care about those that are going to come back and watch it as a replay.
Right. Either way is fine with me. I figured, if it was live, then if people were in there, they could ask questions and I could answer them. But I could also do it after the fact too.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm gonna let you run with this one. You do it how you see fit, and we can always improvise or change if we need to.
Sounds good.
Is that
Thank
going to
you.
be on Blingers, or is that just for Kingdom of Blingdom?
Well, currently it's for Kingdom of Blingdom, but once she gets it posted and edited, and we edit it, it's going to go on the YouTube page that then we'll share to Blingers.
Okay. Because I'm curious too. I wanna learn how to do that one.
Yeah, I've never seen it. It's new, right?
Well,
We've,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, we've done it for 6 months or so, but I don't know if it's how long it's really been out there. We stole it from somebody else. Faith found like the verbiage, you know, of how, and then we of how she worded it, you know, to make sure that it was clear that they were, by claiming a box, you are agreeing to buy a piece of jewelry from said box. So that, because I was like, what if they don't like either piece, you know? So, and that's all addressed in there and what we do and how we handle that.
Well, and it's really kind of a fun, cool way to do something other than a mystery bag. You know what I mean? They still don't know what they're getting, but it's a little bit more involved, you know, because now they have at least one go back. You know, they get one do over, so to speak.
Hey, June.
Hey, June.
That's cute. Hello.
How are you today, hun?
My neck hurts, but I'm okay.
Oh,
I'm
I'm sorry.
CBD oil, it works.
Yeah, I have some. I just got to figure out where I left it last.
Oh,
I've never tried it, but I really want to.
I
works.
hide
it's really
everything.
good.
I hide everything from the grandkids, and then I can't find it myself.
That's called
You hide
putting it in a safe place.
It's
Hide
called,
it.
You
yep,
always forget that safe spot.
yep, and it's always in the same spot I left it.
That's funny.
Imagine that.
But otherwise, I'm doing okay.
Good deal. Good deal.
You should put it
So,
on
does anybody else have anything that they'd like to talk about before I get into today's topic?
Nope.
Okay, well, then we're going to get into today's topic, and then we'll go back through and we'll do some questions and answers and stuff like that, and have some fun. But today's topic is going to be mostly on network marketing and recruiting. Okay, and that's something that we've all been talking about doing, and how to do it, and the best ways to go about it. So I found this article that talked a lot about network marketing, and I've kind of like been here all day and all night, kind of rewriting it for what I want to say. So I'm just going to kind of spitball it here and go through some of my notes. The first thing I want to ask you guys is, who can tell me what network marketing is? Like, give me your best description of network marketing. Anybody?
It's kind of like what it says, right? You market through a network of people, whether that's on social media or, you know, things of that nature. Selling.
Okay. Anybody?
Being in business
Andy?
for yourself. Entrepreneur.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else?
Usually, the people at the top make the most money.
Yeah, that's especially true for like pyramid scheme type things, right? Which we a lot of times get the same stigma that goes along with pyramid schemes, kind of overspills into network marketing, because
Remember, I
a lot
looked
of
it up,
pyramid
Christopher.
schemes are done through network marketing. I'm sorry.
Remember, I looked it up.
Yeah.
That's really funny, Chris, because I just did a opportunity live and it was titled "It's a Pyramid Scheme," and I explained how it's not a pyramid scheme.
Right. Well, then tell me, how is it not a pyramid scheme?
So pyramid schemes, you can't go any higher than your upline. So if you go up, they go up. And with paparazzi, it's more of like a square. You have the opportunity to pass your uplines. Everybody starts back at zero. You have to, you know, re-achieve your rank every month, re-achieve your numbers every month. It's not an automatic, if I'm a director, you're a premier director or whatever. You could be a director or you could be fashionista and, hey, I'm going to go hit A-lister and pass you up.
Right.
And that's one of my favorite things about paparazzi, because my success is determined by me, not by you or my downline. It's me.
Exactly. Yep, I love it. So I have here, network marketing is the ability to build your system and move more products and services through your network. Okay. Which, I mean, truthfully, that's what we're doing, right? That's why we have OV, because we're moving our services and our products through our network, right? Our downline. That's our personal network. Now, yes, we're network marketing by marketing our personal network to other people that are outside of our network, you know, and hoping to bring those people in. But in the long run here, it's all about the product and the way we move it. So just, oh, excuse me. So to succeed in network marketing, you must master the art of MLM recruiting and convert your prospects into your business. So MLMs create a stigma and it causes that skepticism. Can anybody tell me why?
Quick question. What's MLM exactly stand for?
Multi-level marketing.
Thank you.
No problem.
I think it's got a stigma because a lot of people associate MLM businesses as pyramid schemes, and also associate it with that cold messaging that nobody on this planet enjoys. A lot of MLM businesses actually encourage that cold messaging. When I was with another direct sales company, they had scripts for us to use and send to like everybody on your friends list as if that was going to freaking work. And
right, because
so
I've never seen that
you can
before,
tell.
right?
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, you can turn it off.
And like you can
Although,
totally
it doesn't
tell it's
matter.
a copy and paste
Yeah.
message. Hey
I'm on my,
girl,
Zoom
how you doing?
training.
I have this 3-day challenge to lose weight. Like, first of all, Becky, I didn't say I wanted to lose weight. Okay, thick thighs save lives. First of all.
Second of
Like,
all,
what do
Becky,
you
why
do
does
to
your
somebody?
picture look the same as it did 6 months ago?
Oh, it kills me. How do you just go to somebody like, hey, I have this to lose weight. You want to do it? How are you comfortable sending that out to 30 people or whatever? But it creates that bad rep, like that bad stigma, and people think that that's all the way across the board, direct sales and MLM businesses. And again, that's something that I preach to my team. Like, do not message somebody that has never liked, commented, or watched your live, because clearly they have no interest. So don't bother them.
Right. And so with that being said, though, we also know that the stigma and the skepticism behind MLM marketing also comes from the fact that it usually doesn't work, right? All of these direct sales companies and multi-level marketing companies that brag about their products and their services typically don't work. And so when we talk about MLMs and we talk about multi-level marketing and network marketing, direct sales, automatically we get that stigma, right? And that stigma pops up there immediately. And the people don't even know about our product anymore because they've already built that wall. As soon as they hear anything about direct sales, multi-level marketing, that wall gets built. And so they're no longer even listening about the $5 product or the advantage of a free website. Those people are now interested in the fact that, okay, here's another person trying to dupe me out of my money, right? Because that's typically what happens in multi-level marketing. And I'm going to tell you, paparazzi has, for what I've seen, the biggest results in creating successful entrepreneurs. And you know why that is, though? They put their time into their team rather than only their product. And what I mean is that we have people that are elites that are taking their extra time to teach other teams and other teammates and other team leaders. And, you know, we have Marissa and Michelle Egan and all of these wonderful people that are in this business that are making sure that you're taught everything that you need to be taught to work this business. And that's why we strive where others don't. And if you look at right now, most of the people that are on the paparazzi accessories page that are complaining about paparazzi or the way that paparazzi works their things, it's because all of those people are ignorant. Okay. And what I mean by ignorant is none of them know. None of them are on teams like our teams. None of them have that interaction with the company with the business, with the trainers, with the elite services. Those people that are complaining about paparazzi on the paparazzi website just don't know. And that's where we stand out, right? So now, not only do we have to worry about the stigma that multi-level marketing and network sales give us from other companies, but we've got to work with that same stigma because there are people within our own company that don't follow this type of training, right? We get some people in here that literally use the multi-level marketing and things like that stigma relies, right? So, oh yeah, I signed up with Becky, and Becky, I haven't talked to her since. How many times have you heard that? How many times since you've been a consultant have you talked to somebody else that said, oh man, I wish I knew you were doing paparazzi. I would have signed up under you.
Oh yeah.
Those people just are not in the same network that we are in. And that's why it's so crucial for every one of us to make sure that we're getting our downlines and our sidelines and all of the lines involved in the training. Okay, because yes, this is your own business and you can do it your own way and you could sell your own product. But at the same time, if you've never done it before, where are you going to get those skills? We teach you those skills, and that's why it's so important. So when you mention direct sales or the MLM, people tend to forget about the product in general, and they just struggle with those systems and the strategies of this type of market. So if you love your product and you can turn the love for the product as a way to redirect those people that won't climb that wall. You know, use the product to break down those walls. And say, yeah, yep, you know what? I feel like Andre was saying yesterday, I feel the same way. I understand how you feel. Like I felt the same way about multi-level marketing. I felt the same way about all direct sales. But then I found paparazzi is different because here, right? So all the training that we teach you guys, it all is in circle with each other. They all tie into each other and it all relates to the same principles. So if you love your product, be excited about the product. Talk about the product. Okay, but you want to be genuine and ethical also. Hopefully you guys are taking some of these things I'm talking about down as notes. What do you got there, June? It's kind of hard for me to see. I'm going to go ahead and let you. Oh, there you go. Exactly. You've already got notes.
A whole bunch.
Who do we have here as advice?
That's me, Chris.
That's Andre.
Oh, okay.
My name is.
Welcome, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I was just listening to what you were saying, and I just wanted to tie in and keep in mind that also the trainings that we offer you, there's trainings that you have that you can pay for, but the trainings that we offer you are free. It's free game. Like there's no reason why you wouldn't want to get it yourself, let alone make sure your team's getting that information as well. You know, you should be doing your own roll call, making sure your own teammates are online. You know what I mean? Like maybe talk about it. You know, hey, who's hopping on the call in the morning? You know, the night before, and try to hold them accountable that way. Because it's nothing but great information, and if you're missing out on it or your team's missing out on it, man, it's just a ball drop in my opinion.
Oh, I have no idea.
Well, and if you think about it, I mean, like you said, this is free training and stuff, but you know, Helen and Faith, I know for a fact that Helen and Faith do buy into, you know, so what is it that you get into, Helen?
It's called Insane Productivity by Darren Hardy.
Right, and you guys have paid for that as a subscription type of a deal, and I know that you've learned a lot from it. But I would almost guarantee you probably learned just as much from in here for free as you've learned from there.
You know, I have learned quite a bit. The one thing that, you know, he talks about a lot.
Light one, didn't we?
Hey, Angie, can you mute yourself, hon?
Oh, sorry about that.
Thank you. He talks about digital addiction and how people are addicted to their devices and how they could be way more productive if they limit or eliminate a lot of that addiction. And I can tell you from personal experience, yes, that does work. I was addicted to this little device right here and all the games on it. And I started limiting myself. And yes, Chris, you did help me with this too.
Hey, I've had to limit myself from my addictive digital video games too.
Right?
I know.
So he talks about, limiting it and what could you do with that time that you were spending on those games. And RSS feeds, and he does say limiting social media, but being that that's where our business thrives, it's more not limiting, but not just mindlessly scrolling, being on there with a purpose.
An IPA, an income producing activity.
Yes, exactly.
All right, making it a tool. Hello, Miss Marissa.
Okay, so I was like, oh, we're talking video games. Oh, I got to come on. I you know what? I can honestly say I never got into video games, thankfully now. But you know what? Like, he's right. It doesn't matter if it's like a video game, if it's scrolling Facebook, Instagram, looking through a magazine, like whatever you're doing, is it income producing? Right. Like whatever it is, make sure that it's income producing. We can scroll Facebook. That's totally fine. But stop your scroll and say something. If you see a cute picture, if you see something that's, somebody made for dinner or is asking for recommendations on something, speak up. That's going to help your algorithms.
Don't you know we're at work right now, Marissa? Okay, so I'm going to continue on with this little list that I put together for you guys. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is being genuine and ethical, okay? One reason the direct selling gets a bad rap is that many of the representatives use hype and they sometimes decept, right, and lure new recruits. We don't need to do that if we're running our business correctly. And if we're being genuine and ethically have those standards, we can portray that to our customers without them ever doubting what we're talking about. Because number one, they've seen it through what we're doing. We've been visual and we've been outspoken about what we're doing. And everything that we're telling them ties into everything that they're seeing, right? It correlates together. And it leads many to believe that the MLM companies themselves encourage those deceptive behaviors, right? A lot of that stigma that we're talking about, that bad rap that MLMs have is because people often lure other people in with these deceptive results. How many times has somebody sent you a thing saying, look how much money I've made, but yet there's no personal information on it and there's no way to actually track it, and it could have been photoshopped? Like, those are the people that cause us to get those bad raps. And so now what we've got to do is we've got to break down those walls by telling them our stories. We've got to tell them our passions, our dreams. We've got to tell them what paparazzi has given us. We got to talk to them about the product. We got to talk to them about their business. When somebody is skeptical or somebody has that stigma that this is just not going to work for me, it automatically makes it difficult for us to change their minds. Right. And so that's why being genuine and ethical is so important in this, because if you're not trustworthy or they're not believing what you have to tell them, then you're not going to get the results that you want as an entrepreneur trying to establish that network of recruiting people. Legitimate LMM companies want you to be honest in the dealings with customers and the potential recruits. And this comes all the way from the heads of our company, guys. This is the stuff that Trent and Misty and all of our leaders, the elite leaders, everybody, when they give their facts and their opinions and the things that they've done in this business, they're not making it up. Like, this is real stuff. And so we have a better ability to be able to trust what they're telling us. And a lot of times when they can't trust that, it's because somebody has been in the paparazziaccessories.com Facebook page talking about paparazzi because they don't have this type of leadership. See, so you guys, all of us together are in not only in a business that we can all learn from each other, but we're also able to grow with each other. And you see, look how many people are in here right now, right? But there are thousands and thousands and thousands of us consultants selling this product. And not all of us have this leadership. If you have that overall integrity and a history of this, people are going to tend to listen and believe what you say over what somebody else exaggerates their results. Right? Does that make sense? Like
That
the
is
proof
so
is in
true.
the pudding.
And like, that's why I started like, you know, following Marissa and doing challenges with her, because the person who signed me up was never there for me. And then I also just found out yesterday she's retiring. So, but you know, the training that I get from you, Chris, and everybody here, and the helpfulness and the willingness of everybody to pitch in and help one another, I've never, ever, ever seen this. And I've been with 5 different companies, you know, entrepreneurs companies, and nobody's as helpful as this company has ever been.
I'm so blessed to hear you say that, because that's what we all strive for in this, right, Marissa?
That's right. That's so awesome, Michelle. And like, no matter if I'm your upline or not, you guys, I want you all to know that you're all under me. So it's doesn't matter if you're my personal sponsor or not. You know,
Exactly.
I care
There's
about
no chain
your
of command here.
success. Yeah. And you know what? I just believe that when you help others, you help yourself, because you're, you know, sometimes we can like give other people advice, right?
And realize that you're not
like,
even taking
Easier to give than to take it.
right. Or, you know, you're telling somebody and it sounds so good and you're like, oh man, if only I could just implement that in my business, we'd be all
exactly. Exactly.
So I, you know, it doesn't matter if who's who or if you're upline. Honestly, you guys, the person who I signed up with is not Kimberly Howard. It was Kimberly Howard's personal sponsors who I signed up with, and she didn't really do the business, you know. So it just it doesn't matter like who you are under. We are all one, and you'll find people even on that are not on our team, and they'll be willing to help you. So you're right. Paparazzi has definitely got a different group of people in it than a lot of other direct sales marketing, because I've been in other companies as well, and this is much, much different.
Well, and Michelle just proved what we're talking about here, guys. Michelle had just said that the person that she signed up under is no longer even really considering working the paparazzi, and they're retiring from it. Okay, so what would have happened to Michelle if that person had never tied her into any of the trainings? What's happening to your people if you're not tying them into the trainings? Are they looking up to you as a good leader and an example, or do they not even know about you because you're not showing them anything? You've got to put that foot out there, and you've got to get them involved into the trainings, and that will save you 10 times the work. Because I guarantee you that nobody's putting the time into this business and learning everything about the business, the commission plans, the ranks, everything that we're putting together in this. We are putting the time into it. And if you're not, let us help. Right? Because that's what this is all about. We have the knowledge here to share it with everybody. We just got to get everybody involved. And if they're not involved, they're not going to have those positive results and those positive feedbacks, which is then going to turn that stigma around. What's that, Dre?
It's a personal motivation in yourself. You have to find within yourself, because I never got help from the beginning. It was just sign up and then that was it. There was no phone calls or trainings that were promised or anything. So I didn't stop there. I started looking at other paparazzi consultants and trying to learn from them myself. And when I found Marissa, I was like, oh God, this is it. I know I love you, Marissa, because
so you know what, though? So you know what I got to say to that real quick, Michelle? That just means that you are one of those people that will survive in it, but there's not everybody is. Not everybody will take that initiative and go find that person that's going to lead them to, the pot of gold. There's a lot of other people that are just going to give up a minute that they're turned away and say, oh, well, I tried it. They obviously don't care about me. I'm not even going to put no more time into it. Well, luckily for you, you weren't that person. But the majority of the people are.
I mean,
Was
I
there
can't.
somebody else that was going to say something? I think we cut into somebody there. Guess not? Okay. So I'm going to move on here a little bit more and talk about don't barrage your friends and your family, okay? Look, there's thousands and thousands of people out there in this network marketing scheme of things, right? This Facebook and TikTok and all of these social medias that we're looking at. I'm going to tell you right now that your friends and your family are going to be the ones that are least likely to support your business originally. Your friends and family know you. They've seen you, whatever you've done in your life, right? Now, unless you're happy-go-lucky and you're always making the successful moves and you're always starting something and like you always get good results, your friends and family probably aren't going to just gravitate to the fact that you're now a consultant and they want to be a part of it. Okay? Nothing will annoy your family and cost you your friends more than constantly pestering them about your business. And there's nothing wrong with letting them know what you're doing and seeing if they have an interest. But if the answer is no, let it go. Okay? Just like the movie, let it go. I suggest making a master list. Okay? And this is something that's serious for all of you. I don't even have a master list. I have a notebook that's specifically written on recruits. And when you have anybody that catches your eye or mind or thought that you want to, that you think that this is a good opportunity for, you'll write their name in the list. You write them in the notebook. And they don't ever come out. They don't ever get crossed off. Okay, the status next to them changes, right? So if I have Joe Bob, and Joe Bob, I talked to him in May, and he says it's going to take a couple months, then I make that note. I make a note to talk to him May, take a couple months. So when I look through my book again and I come in and it's August, I'm like, okay, it's been a couple months. I'm going to hit Joe Bob up again. Right. And if Joe Bob ever tells me no, then I'm going to mark no. And I'm going to put the date that he told me no. And so if next year, hey, who knows? His whole situation could have changed. So I'm going to go back to him and say, hey, I know we talked about this about a year ago. Look where I am now, man. Have you been watching? You interested in making a change? Give them that opportunity.
And sometimes when you plant that seed and you're not pressure, like you took the no before and it was just a no and go and you let it go. You didn't pressure them. You didn't leave it salty. Then when you come back to them, and then you revisit that seed that you planted, maybe now they have more questions. Maybe now they're more interested. Maybe now they're like, hey, maybe this is something I want to do.
Exactly. Because straight up in most cases, friends and family who are in the business often come after seeing the person's success in the business already. What I mean by that is like my mom, my sister, my aunt, my uncle, whoever, part of my family or my friends probably won't sign up with this until they see that I have 100 people signed up. And they're like, you got 100 people signed up? Well, why aren't I signed up? Because you told me no. You ready to sign up? Let's do it.
People want to sign up and make $1 million with you once you make $1 million.
Yeah. I mean, that's the truth, right?
At least the ones that know you.
No, nobody wants to jump off the bridge into the water until they see somebody else swimming. You know what I mean? They want to make sure that you're going to jump off the bridge and you're going to be able to swim before they're ever going to go crack their head in the water. Let me see. I got my notes here, so let me look at this. So the most important part in that, though, is treating it like any other business in which you focus on the people who you want to have the offer, right? So like we were talking yesterday, Look at your target audience and find out who it is that you want to offer this opportunity to. Yeah, I say offer it to anybody and everybody, like literally. But at the same time, there's certain people that you want to target, right? You want to target those other people that you feel could be entrepreneurs. Yeah, I mean, anybody signing up for the hobby or for the hope dealing, any of that kind of stuff, those are all pluses. But when you can find those that have that entrepreneurship and they will excuse me, and they want to make something of their business and themselves, those are the people that you want to target. One of the biggest mistakes that MLMers make is looking at everybody. Like I said, I do that because everybody is a potential to me, including friends and family. The one area the MLM industry gets wrong, though, is that like any other business, you're going to have greater success and efficiency if you identify that target market and you focus on that target market and you hit the effects that are going to cause them to break down those walls of the stigma or the skepticism in multi-level marketing. And just like any other business, home-based or otherwise, getting the word out about your products or services is what's going to benefit you and reaching that target market. Some ideas include sharing a product sample, right? That's what we do when we go to a restaurant and we leave the waitress a pair of earrings and a business card with the tip, right? We're sharing a sample of the product, which hopefully and then is going to return her to become a customer. Invite a neighbor to host a party. Go ahead.
I was gonna add on also at drive-throughs. We go through a lot of Starbucks drive-throughs, McDonald's. Don't forget those ladies and fellas as well.
Exactly. Hey, and check
I don't know what
this
he's
out.
talking about. I don't go to no Starbucks, so I don't know.
No, not Marissa. No, not Marissa. As I'm drinking my Dutch Brothers coffee.
Right. She doesn't have. She's probably got a Starbucks in her hand and one in the refrigerator.
No, literally, Sarah just brought me a Dutch Brothers coffee when she picked up Carlos, so I'm sucking on mine right now as we talk.
Business expense.
You're right. But here, listen to this. This is another thing that you could think of too. You guys have all heard of the pay it forward, right? When you go through the drive-through and you pay for the person behind you.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting in the car waiting for your food. Look in the rearview mirror. Who is it? Is it a mom? Is there a couple kids in the back? Okay. Hey, what's going to happen if you pull up to the cashier and you say, could you do me a favor? That mom behind me, she's got like 3 little girls jumping around in her car. Will you give her these 3 little kids bracelets and my business card? Tell her to have a great day.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea, Chris. Never heard of that one. That's a great idea.
You're just sitting in the drive-through anyway, right? So look through your rearview mirror. Look at the people that are around you. You don't necessarily always have to give, but I mean, hitting that same girl that you hit at Starbucks every day and every once in a while giving her a piece of jewelry, eventually she might get curious. And who knows? One day she may be going to Starbucks and giving her jewelry out to people too.
Right. And let me mention something else, because all the talk that we're doing, and then we just heard a great idea from Chris. Okay. Now listen to this. This is why we network, guys. This is why we get on the phone with our teammates. This is why we get together virtually or in real life. This is why we do these things. And it's important because we always can pass on new information to each other. We all think differently. We all have great thoughts. We need to share these thoughts with one another so that we can grow together. See what I mean?
For sure. I'm going to go ahead and continue on. So what we want to do here, and for those of you that are coming in a little late, I found a post yesterday that I liked a lot. It wasn't actually a post. It was an article about network recruiting. I do a lot of my time. I'm watching YouTube videos and watching articles about how to lead and how to train and network marketing and stuff. And if you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to push yourself and your teams to the limits, hopefully you'll follow with that lead too. And you'll spend a little extra time hitting that search bar. Me and Andre were talking about that yesterday in the Zoom. Hitting that search bar will give you so much more results than you would ever imagine. Just typing up recruiting, network marketing, or You know, going to YouTube, it's free training.
Searching is so important. Seeking the knowledge, because the knowledge is not going to come out and just find you. Sometimes you got to go find the knowledge, you know?
Exactly. So what I've done is I've been giving you guys some pointers and tips, and if you're coming in late, you can always go back and watch the YouTube. If you haven't already followed my channel, these are live every day on YouTube as well. So I want to continue on with this and say that sponsors don't recruit. One of the benefits of MLM is the ability to bring in new business builders and profit from the sales they make in their business. While some see this as using others, the reality is that you're being rewarded for helping others succeed. But for them to succeed, you need to see your role not as racking up as many recruits as possible, but in being a leader and a trainer. The focus then is on the success of those you help in the business and not on you, right? Does that make sense? How many of you guys have ever had that attitude? And it's okay, because a lot of us do. How many of you have ever had that attitude that says, yeah, but she only wants me to order because it puts money in her pocket? Right? How many? Yeah, it happens. I know it does. I'm not going to lie and tell you that when I started any of these MLM businesses, or even working at Walmart, right? The thought is, well, but they're having me work these hours because they're putting money in their pocket. That nobody realizes how much money you're putting in your own pocket because they gave you that opportunity. You know, so I think that it's hypocritical for a lot of people to say that, but yet still reap the rewards of being put in that opportunity to make this money. Now, if you choose not to grow your team and make money the same way, then that's one thing. But this business and this structure is built on the fact that the more money I make, yes, my uplines and the people that are above me are going to make too. But I'm making my own large percentage. It's not like I'm getting a quarter for every dollar I make Marissa, right? Marissa's getting a quarter for every dollar I make, right? We look at it negatively, and we look at it in the wrong frame of mind, that this business is all about the person above us, right? And why do we do that? Because of the stigma, because of the skepticism of multi-level marketing, and because of pyramid schemes. Because of those things right there, we automatically are kind of like, what's the word, ingrained? Like it's already in our mind that we're not out here for ourselves. We're out here to help other people. And that's the wrong attitude if you want to become a successful entrepreneur.
You got to keep your head down, and you got to focus on yourself. You know, I'm not concerned about what Kim's making. I'm not concerned about what Michelle Egan's making. I'm concerned about what we're doing to make sure that we're making what we need to make it happen. You know what I mean? And making sure that our team is hitting their goals to make sure they get what they need. You know what I mean? We're all about focusing on what you need and what we need. You know what I mean? So that's the team. That's the team effort right there. Because at the end of the day, you know, if you get on the basketball court and you've only got one shooter, hey, you know what? You're probably not going to win the game. You got all five, and everybody's acting together and working together. I mean, that's when you win games. That's when you win championships.
Not only that, but you know, we talk about cake. Cake is a big thing that we talk about in this business as far as our businesses are concerned, right? Like we're all making our own cakes, but our cakes are all different, right? We're all using different ingredients. We're all using different tastes, and you know, somebody could be making chocolate cake while somebody else is making carrot cake, and you know, Michelle Egan may be having a red velvet cake, but I'm a carrot cake fan. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be using all of my ingredients to make the cake that I want.
I like carrot cake too, by the way, but you know, that's neither here nor there.
The bomb. So this just means that you need to take the time and train your people, guys. Answer questions, celebrate their successes, right? Because their successes are your successes. When somebody hits life of the party gold or life of the party bronze, or if they've hit Crown Club 5 or they've ranked up to producer, they didn't do it because of just themselves. You had a part in that too, right? But you want to celebrate that success because those successes are monumental to them, but they're achieved because of you as well. You know, just be supportive to your teammates when things are tough. When you start to see that your teammates are struggling, you know, and what's the first sign of seeing that somebody's struggling? Anybody? Give me the first sign. What would lead you to know that I'm struggling?
We don't see you.
You don't see me. Amen. You don't see me. You don't see my lives. You don't see my posts. I've fallen off in the background, and you now have to come find me because I'm not out there. And that's a key number one sign that, hey, I need to pull this person in for a minute, and we need to reevaluate. You know, we need to reevaluate for them. Are they stepping away for a reason that they need to, or is there something that they're stepping away because I need to help them with something? Set a goal for parties and presentations, guys. Like, bill it this one. If you're taking notes, star this, okay? MLM is a person-to-person business. While many people don't like that aspect, especially in the digital age, the reality is that the personal touch that sells the product in the business and retains customers and business builders, right? That personal one-on-one relationship that you're going to have with these people in a party, whether it's virtual or at home or in an event, that relationship that you have with those people are personal, and they're typically one-on-one. So if you build that relationship with that person, it's those are the people that are most likely to help you expand your business, right? Not only are they bringing you customers and they're bringing you people that you can continue to network through, but they obviously are interested enough about your product and what you're doing to be involved and enough to be a party. Does that make sense? I'm sorry, guys, I got a little choked up there. But that's the one thing that we're looking for here, right? Network marketing. We're trying to network. What's the best way to network? Party it up, right? Party it up. Enjoy your business and have fun with it. Okay, and if you go to an event and you're just walking around the booth casually and you're just standing there and waiting for people to come up, you know, your chances of people coming up and talking to you are probably a lot less likely. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm the guy that when I'm sitting at the booth and I'm at my booth, I'm talking to the people walking by. Hey, how you doing today? I hope you're having a great day. Wow, you guys look like you're hot. Hey, I got a little shade over here. You guys want to come over here and get some shade and take a look at some of these earrings that I got? They'd look great on you. It's a nice day. Look, I got yellow over there. I noticed that would go great with your shirt. Come on over. Let's go. You know, being engaging from the immediate get-go, right? The minute you see the people, engage with them, talk to them, socialize. And that's going to give them the attention to come over to your booth. And then what happens when they're at your booth? If you get a little gathering of people because you're entertaining or you're talking to people, every time when everybody else is walking by and they see a crowd around your booth, they're going to want to know what are they doing? What are they doing? So do some fun things when you're doing an event, right? We talked about this. I'm sorry?
I'm just saying it's contagious. Like you're creating excitement and curiosity, and people want to know. And they want to know what's going on.
Yep. That's why everybody turns their heads and slowly hits their brakes when there's a vehicle accident. They got to know what is happening over here. Right. So be that accident, but be a good accident. You know, and that's what we talk about. Like when we've talked about doing events and stuff, June has just set up her first event for June 18th, right? Yes, good. And so, you know, I told her some of the things that you might want to do are, you know, get some little like rubber duckies and put numbers on the bottoms of them and float them in a water pool and sell them to the kids. You know, like let the kids for $1 pick a rubber ducky You pull up the number off the bottom of the duck and they get a certain bag that has a kid's piece in it. Make it a mystery fun thing for them, right? And not only that, but it entertains the mom for a minute, and it kind of takes the stress off of her. These kids have been walking around this event all day long, asking for this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? Those moms could use that little bit of a break. And while the little girl's enjoying her piece of jewelry, it's a perfect opportunity to give out a business card and ask mom if she wants to be entered into a drawing to win a free piece just by adding your Facebook page, by joining your group or adding you as a friend or something of that nature. And I don't want to get too. Go ahead.
What do you do for the little boys?
That's the tough one because paparazzi doesn't necessarily have it so much for boys, but there's nothing wrong with maybe sometimes you might have to bite the bullet and put a little bit more into it, but there are the urban pieces. You could always give up a necklace. If there's one boy and 3 girls, give the 3 girls a nice bracelet or earrings or something from the kids line. And
I rock those lava beads.
Boy a necklace.
I rock those lava bead bracelets myself. I like them a lot. The black ones, the blue ones, they're nice.
Yes.
Oh, right. But I'm just saying the $5 category versus the $1. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of beautiful. Carlos wears a lot of the jewelry. He's got a collection of necklaces and bracelets and stones and all kinds of stuff that he's got. I've got a tub of mine as well. So, you can make that work. But what I'm saying is that those event opportunities are a good way for you to network. Based on your compensation plan and the goals, determine how many people you need to show your products or business to reach your goals in the time you want. That's something we all talk about, right? We all talk about if you want to make $200 a month, you need to sell X amount of pieces of jewelry in X amount of time. It's no different when it comes to these parties and stuff. When you get a host that wants to host a party, that's the first thing that you should ask them is what's their expectations? What are they expecting to get out of hosting a party? Are they looking for just a free piece of jewelry, or they want 10 pieces of free jewelry? And if they want 10 free pieces of jewelry, do they realize that means that you need to either sell 100 pieces of jewelry, or you need to get a couple people to host parties, or whatever the criteria is that you're hosting for your party? Set those markers up with your host as well, because that way your host is going to be more successful in bringing in enough people to make that happen, right? If she knows it's going to take 100 pieces of jewelry to sell, she's not going to invite 2 people. She's going to invite 20 people, because she knows she wants to sell those 100 people or 100 pieces to get those 10 pieces of jewelry. So don't just leave the goals and the task at hand for just yourself, right? Push that into your person as well, because once that host sees that, hey, you know what, I invited 20 of my best friends out here, and instead of selling 100 pieces, we sold 150 pieces and I got 15 free. And now, and I've been questioning signing up for this business. That's 150 pieces sold. Like, you would not believe how easy it is to get a productive party, that person to sign up. That person was more likely to sign up for you if the party is productive. And it's up to you to make that happen. Oh, excuse me.
I hosted a party once, and the girl whom I hosted the party with, she only brought in like 3 people, but we didn't do a whole lot of sales, and she only got 1 free piece, and she was very upset with me because she didn't get a lot of free pieces. And I wasn't sure what she was expecting because I explained it all from the very get-go, but she was not happy with me. And now she doesn't talk to me, which is fine, but that's just how some people are.
Yeah, but now do you think that could have been part of your approach? Like if you had talked to her in advance and told her, like, like if you had asked her, how many pieces do you want to get from this? And you had that conversation. Now, do you think that she would have been more likely to take it on herself that she didn't bring enough people into that party to make it worthwhile? Or do you think that she still would have blamed you?
I did actually explain all that to her, and she still didn't bring enough people in, and she still blamed me for not giving her enough free pieces.
Well, then you know what we call that?
What?
Karen, and we move on.
Yeah.
You know what I say? I say, like, Chris is absolutely right about that, by the way. But he asked you a question, and it reminded me of something that my sales manager used to ask me. Whenever I came back to the office and I didn't have as many sales as I wanted, or I didn't have the greatest day I thought I could have had, you know, he would always ask me, what do I think, and this is all personal, he was like, what do I think that I could have done better? You know, and sometimes you gotta kind of just look back on it, because it's not always your fault, right? And it's not here to blame the game. But the reason why you ask that question to yourself is because if there is something by any chance that you could have done maybe better, the next time you should do that thing. So that way you can get better results. Because at the end of the day, we don't do this stuff for fun. We don't do this stuff for play, even though we do have fun and we do play. But we do it for a reason. We do it to support our families. We do it to get money. You know what I mean? So make sure you just look back at the whole situation as a whole and just say, what could I have done anything better? And if you find you can't, then hey, you know, maybe you did everything right. At the end of the day, if you can find that one thing, that's your benefit.
Definitely. And real quick, I just want to take a quick minute for all the YouTube viewers out there that are watching this, especially for the replay. Typically, I would be turning this off right now and letting you miss out on the rest of the conversation because you didn't come in and hang out with us. And you know, I give you that first hour just because, you know, we're nice. We want you to learn, but we want you to get involved. So we want you to come into the Zoom. Typically, I'd close it right now and let you guys wonder about the rest. But because this is an important topic and I have a couple things to go over, I'm going to continue this live for just a little bit longer. We're going to continue going over these topics, and then we're going to dismiss from you guys from YouTube while we have a question and answer session that you're not going to be a part of because you're not here. So that's the way it's going to work. Right now, I want to talk about where is it at here? Sorry, I have my notes and I'm trying to, okay. So the next little billet here is listen and sell the solution. Look, many companies provide scripts to help you sell the products and services, right, Crystal? Right? That's what we were talking about. They give you those scripts. They say, sell it this way, sell it that way, promote this, promote that. Does paparazzi tell you that? Does paparazzi tell you to say it's 100% nickel and lead free? Does paparazzi tell you to tell people it's 45% commission based? They don't tell you, they don't give you a script. They don't have nothing written down in the back office that says, hey, come get this script and pass it out to all your friends and family so that they'll join. You know why? Because they want you to have authentic relationships with your people. And how are you going to do that? You're going to listen and you're going to sell a solution. Okay. And
you're going to preach your opportunity. And that's how you're going to be exactly what Chris was talking about earlier, which is genuine. Chris said, be genuine. That's how you be genuine, by being yourself. You're preaching your opportunity.
Exactly. And those scripts, and you know, look, I'm going to tell you what, there's nothing wrong with the scripts if you're using them for your own information. Read the script, check out the script, but then be authentic when you put it out there. Relay it in a way that you're not reading it word for word and verbatim by script. I've been in jobs where, like, I've had to be a phone service rep, and I used to work for a California police youth program. And we used to call and ask for donations for the police youth charities groups.
Wait a minute. Was this the Fraternal Order of Police? I did the same job. I did the same thing. I get donations. That's awesome. Anyway.
And I'm telling you, but so you know as well as I do that they had a script for you to follow.
Facts.
And you really could not break off of that script unless you wanted to be talked to by the people that were listening to your calls in quality control.
Absolutely not.
right? And so
they'll come right over to your desk.
yeah, they will literally pause your phone and say, and they'll flip your pages back and point at the script they want you to read.
Yep.
Like it's unreal. Okay. But what I'm trying to tell you here is that those scripts, they're great to know the information that's in the scripts, but you want to be authentic and know how to meet those customers' needs or even the potential person's needs, right? So
I love a script. I love a script. They'll help you. They'll guide you. But you know, at the end of the day, you want to still make it your own. Is what we used to say. We used to say, make it your own. You know.
Exactly. Qualify your customer. You know, listen to what their needs are.
You got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use those ears more.
Exactly. What do you have that customer or that potential person needs? Is it money? Right? Is it a product? Is it relationships? Is it something that's going to get them out of a depression possibly? Right? We are dealers of hope. Right? So if you come up with these single moms that are fed up with the fact that they're home 12 hours a day with running around kids and they want a little time for themselves and their friends. Yeah, June, you know what I'm talking about.
Hey, everybody in this business is not in this business for the same reason why you are. If your reason is money, doesn't mean it's their reason.
Exactly. So you need to find out how you can be a solution to their problem. And that's what you use as the way to strike up that potential business partner, right? Because that's what they're looking for, is the solution to their problems. They're not looking for another problem to add. They're looking for the solution to the problems they already have. Also, I'm sorry?
Very true.
Thank you. So also, another bullet, stand out from other distributors, right? Paparazzi makes this easy. Paparazzi makes it easy for us to stand out from other distributors. One of the challenges of MLM is convincing prospects to buy or join with you as opposed to other reps that live in the neighborhood or that are online. You're selling the same stuff as thousands of others, meaning that the consumers have a choice, right? You're not selling anything different than anybody else in here selling. We all have different jewelry, but we're all selling jewelry. We're all selling $5 jewelry. You need to do something that makes you unique compared to everyone else. Look, guys, we talk about this in the Zoom conferences. And for those of you that are in here for the first time, I appreciate you coming in and checking us out. But I want to tell you right now that you can ask anybody that's in here, that's been in here for a while. When I speak in these things, I'm telling you guys that growing your relationships with your customers are extremely important. It was something I was going to say here, but we don't just sell jewelry. The jewelry sells itself. We don't have to necessarily sell the jewelry. We have to sell ourselves, right? So we have to consider ourselves to be influencers, right? When you have TikToks and YouTubes and all of these different things, those people are always looking for viewer counts. They're looking for comments. They're going back and they're writing in comments, because those people are becoming influencers and they're influencing other people to try whatever it is that they're doing, whether, and most of it's becoming followers. So be that influencer, right? Influence, excuse me, influence your customers to follow you. And once they do, those customers are going to purchase more and more from you. Anybody have any questions so far? Christina?
I think that's where I have a problem with, is standing out, because I'm like, so like, I wouldn't say boring, but I'm just like, I don't have this like crazy story about myself. I'm a stay-at-home mom, or a stay-at-home grandma, and I don't work. I'm on my paparazzi is my work, but like, I don't have like that it thing, you know. I don't have that big story that draws people north to me. I think I hear that I have plenty of energy and everything, but I don't know how to keep people to stay.
Well,
Faith has that same problem because her why is in her opinion not very good, whereas my why is much stronger. So she likes it when I talk about my why and she doesn't talk about hers. And I said, you know what though? You're telling me your part of your why is to get me to replace my income because and pay off my student loans. But you're the one doing all this. You're able to have time with Grace and take Grace to school and pick her up and run errands and all these things. Use those little things and the freedoms that this business allows to help, maybe.
You know, and what do you do, or what makes you stand out from anybody else? So, I mean, do you have a sense of humor? Do you have, you know, a background in baking? You know, are you a hobbyist or crafty? You know, maybe you should look a little deeper into what you like and work off of those things. If you're a movie fanatic and you like movies, maybe talking about movies a little bit more, or even books. Hey, have you guys ever read this book?
I'm literally like, I'm pretty boring type person. I literally play World of Warcraft and that's all I do. And I'm a grandma. Like, I don't have like, I'm not super crafty. I'm not like super, I'm not a big reader. I mean, like I literally, I would say I'm a pretty boring person.
Wait,
honestly.
Wait a minute. You're not boring. Wait, hold up. She's fibbing on herself.
Boring,
okay. Wait a minute. You love Vegas, right?
Oh, I do love Vegas. I want to move there.
You know what? You should do a Vegas themed live. Like dress up all fancy and like the Dollar Tree has, you know, like poker themed stuff. You could make a whole night out of a Vegas night.
Wear feathers.
True.
Oh rocket. Like a rocket.
Yeah. She could do the same with her World of Warcraft or whatever it is she does. That's a huge market right there. That is a huge market. Like there are so many people into that game. I mean, you could go that direction too. Like you'd be surprised.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
People would be like, oh wow, she has this in common with me. Let me see what else she does. You know, and they want to get to know you better. Seriously. And they will be there to follow you. Especially
I like the Vegas ideas for sure. I should do a Vegas like whole theme. Maybe I'll do that next week. I don't have time to do it for tonight because I'm going live at 7, but I'll do that maybe tomorrow, next week. That'd be a cute idea.
The car dealers, the people that work the tables at Vegas, that's what she should dress like.
Go ahead, Jim.
Like, yeah, I would have to try to remember how they really dress. I thought you were going to say the top cocktail waitress, like with the bosoms.
Christina. I mean, whatever flights your fancy, ma'am.
Join the club of babysitting grandmas. But you know, my husband tells me every night I go out to work, but I don't know how you manage to get your day going. And then this morning I heard you don't realize how much you've accomplished in your life until you start writing it down. Start from when you were younger and work your way up and see how much you accomplished. Just take it day by day. I'm going to try it tonight and see all that I accomplished today, watching my grandkids, you know, doing the dishes, putting my shoes on, even at my age. You know, my husband's laughing, smart ass. But I thought it resonates now because I'll have something. For one, I'll be doing something, and even the little things will count. And then slowly we can all move up, you know.
You know what? And I don't want to overwhelm you, but I just want to add on top of that once you get done writing down the things that you've accomplished today, and you're you know, set that up, then right behind it, write the things that you want to accomplish tomorrow. so that way you can do this on a regular basis. And look, these are the things that you're going to want to habit stack. This is something that you're going to want to do every day. You know, every day at the end of the night, look at your accomplishments from the day, and then look at the accomplishments that you hope to achieve tomorrow. And when you could start checking off everything that you've done that day, plus everything that you wanted to accomplish the following day, and you're following in line with that, then you could start adding other and different habits into that. That's how you habit stack. You have to have those habitual habits that you're doing on a daily basis and get those accomplished, and then start adding other income producing activities into those habits, right? Good stuff. I'm liking this conversation that we're having here. So we talked about, you know, we want to like Andre said, you know, feel, felt, and found. You want to use those. You want to have yourself a journal of people that are your potentials, and you want to, you know, keep up with that. You want to go through that on a regular basis, and you never ever want to count somebody out, okay? Because those people's lives change just like yours does. And who knows, they may be in that book from last year, but may come back around. Make sure that you have that set up, and then develop a system for follow-up, guys. This is what I want you all to consider. Like, when we talk to somebody about the business, we get whatever results those are, and then we figure, okay, well, they've already been taken care of. They're no longer on the list, right? That's not true. Those are follow-up opportunities. Unless they've joined up with your team, those are people that you want to follow up with at another time. If they have joined up with your team, you're especially going to want to follow up with them. So while you don't want to pester or annoy people, in many cases with good follow-up, you can make the sell or recruit at a future time. Sell is often about timing anyway. No in sales doesn't always mean never. Okay, write that down. No in sales doesn't always mean never.
And a lot of times what it really means is that they just want more information. They may not say that. They may just say no, but really they just need to think about it. They need a little bit more info so they can build their decision, their educated decision.
And it's funny you say that, because the next line that I have here in my notes is, if someone tells you no, maybe there was something in the dialogue that suggests they may be interested in the future, and ask if you could put them in your mailing or email list. And in 6 months, follow up with them again.
And let me say something else, because this is something that I fall victim of myself, is sometimes we can be so excited about the opportunity that we can do something called information overload. So you give somebody yeah, paparazzi, it's only $5. And then you can do this, you can build a team, you can do that, and we do this, and we do this. And it's all these cool, fun facts that may be all factual and true. However, you've given them so much that they truly do have to think about it, because you're giving them so much to think about. So sometimes the KISS effect, and I'll let Chris tell you what that is, because I know he knows. Sometimes if you kiss it, you know, it's just the easiest way.
I love kissing it.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid, for sure.
Everybody has their own way. So simple, stupid, keep it short and simple, however you like to do it. But you know what? It works.
Well, and let me tell you, there's, you know, we're not the only consultants that deal with this, guys. There are elite leaders that once they get somebody interested, they automatically like springboard into all of these like electrodes in their heads that are just firing off at one time. Like, ooh, now tell them this, now tell them that, now tell them this, now tell them that, now tell them this. And that's where that information overload comes from. Shut up and listen.
Bro, that's me. That's what I do. And I need to, so when I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to myself at the same time. But listen, like at the end of the day, it's like the best thing is going back to this, tying this into 2 ears and 1 mouth, because before we start blasting off all the information, we don't even know what this person wants. So at the end of the day, if you ask a couple of maybe key questions, you know, just finding out about the person, you know, Helen, tell me something about you. You know, June, what do you want out of life? You know, Christina, what are your goals? Then maybe you can package up the information short and simply to where exactly what they want.
And not only that, guys, but don't forget that they're not the only person there, right? So if you're talking to this person about this and they're just not firing, they're just not hitting on all the switches like you were expecting them to, then so let me just ask you, out of everything that I've told you right now, why don't you give me one name of one person that you know that you think would be interested in what I've just told you? Let me talk to that person, and if they get interested and they involve themselves with my business and what I'm doing, watch and see what they do. And if I do that, what I'm telling you for them, will you join me then? Will you join me then if I can prove it to you through somebody that you know?
They will.
Now what's going to happen is not only have you not necessarily sold that cell right there, but there's still a potential. They're still on your list. They're still going to need a follow-up. But now you've got another person that you can go talk to and hopefully make that sell.
And
right?
doing
And if
these
that doesn't happen,
practices,
then you ask that person the same question. Well, who do you know that I can show?
and let me
Right?
tell you, doing these practices that we speak about consistently, you know, I don't care what it is what it is for you. Maybe once a week, it may be 5 times a week, whatever it is. Doing this consistently every week or every month is just gonna. One day you're just gonna be sitting in your living room chilling, and then you're gonna get an email. Somebody's just gonna be signing up, and you're gonna be like, "Wait a minute, who is that? I don't even know. I didn't talk to nobody."
That happened to me 2 nights ago.
This is what happens when you consistently fill the pipeline with potentials. When you consistently feed this information to people and shoot your shot. You know, when you consistently give these people the information that they need, you're gonna get signups regardless. It's just gonna come to you.
And let me tell you, the person that signed up with me and Sarah 2 nights ago is somebody that we haven't even made contact with in over 8 months. We haven't talked to him in over 8 months. And last time that we did talk to him, they had told us that it wasn't the right time for them, but they were probably going to come back at another time. You know, that person didn't even contact us to ask us, because the whole time that we've been doing our sales and doing stuff and we haven't made contact with each other, apparently that person has been still following us. They may not have been coming into our lives and buying our jewelry, but they've still been seeing what we're doing. And they've been watching our team grow, our team numbers grow. Right. And they've said, well, we saw that you had 100 people. Oh my gosh, now you have 136 people. You know, I'm going to be 137. I'm not wasting no more time. Right. And they didn't even come to me and ask me for my link. They went and got my link, joined, and then I got an email saying, hey, so-and-so joined your team. That's exactly what we're trying to tell you guys, that like, this isn't an overnight success. This is something that may take you years to do. It may take you weeks to do, but you've got to do it. And if you stop, if you let off that gas pedal, then you're just sitting at a red light wasting gas, baby. That's all you're doing, is you're just wasting gas. Put it in drive and make the car move. If you're going to burn me gas, get somewhere.
Yep, that's all true right there. Just keeping it consistent is definitely gonna. It's the ultimate pay it forward for yourself. You know what I mean? It's the pay it forward for you, not for them. You know what I mean? Or for them too, actually, because
I was just
once you get
them too.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, this is the pay it forward that can really catapult you and help someone else life tremendously.
The only negative I can think of in this business is not communicating with your teammate. That's it. If you're not communicating with your teammate, then you're already shooting yourself in the foot. But other than that, as long as you're following your teammates, regardless of whatever pace it is, you are increasing your momentum. You know, we don't expect you to sign up and then become life of the party gold instantly. That's why you have bronze first. That's why you have silver after. And then that's why you have gold. These are milestones. These are baby steps that you got to achieve in this business for you to reap that big reward, right? And every step that you're taking, you are reaping a reward. You know, and paparazzi is one of the best companies out there for giving you these incentives to hit those rewards. You know, life of the party exclusive pieces. And then you hit, look, Sarah just hit life of the party diamond. So that means that she's got this beautiful tiara she's getting. She's going to have a lunch with the founders. Not only that, but every month when life of the party pieces come out, she's going to get 10 life of the party pieces. 10 of
Sarah.
10 of each life of the party pieces. That means that she's getting 50 free pieces every month that are exclusive because she's ranked that high. And there's only, you know, bigger and better steps to go from there. You guys can hit those goals too, and I know a lot of you are. I see a lot of people out there hitting those bronzes and hitting the silvers, and those are great. And I'm gonna tell you all right now that I am not knocking down any achievement that you've hit there. But gold is where you want to be. Gold is your goal. Look, we've got July 1st coming up here in over a month, like, right? Just like a little bit of time here, a month and a half. July 1st, this whole season starts over again. And you're going to be re-achieving your life of the party ranks. I want to encourage every one of you guys to make a plan for where you want to be next year in life of the party and hit those numbers from the beginning and work them through the end. It's much easier to have your goal in line and set up if you know what you need to do for the year than to waste all year long and then at the last 3 months go, man, I wish I had more time to get my life of the party. I guarantee every one of you guys in here, even though whether you're working for silver or gold, wish there was more time in this year.
The sooner you start, the sooner you finish. The sooner you begin it, the sooner you hit your goals.
I am close to bronze, probably about 500 pieces away, and I will hit that before the end of this fiscal year with paparazzi. But my next year's goal is going to be higher because if I end up somewhere in between in the middle, I'll be happy. So I'm going to go for the gold, but we'll see if I hit silver.
Yeah, go for the gold. Hey, you know what? Here's the thing. If you set up your goal to hit gold, right? And let's say the gold is, I think it's 15,000 pieces for the 15,000 OV for the year. And you break that up into how many ever weeks or how many ever months, right? And so let's just, I'm just throwing a number out there. Let's say your goal is, 150 OV per month or 1,500 OV per month. Then if you don't hit that 1,500 and you get close to it, I mean, you've at least hit that silver mark, right? Once you get closer and closer and closer. So, it doesn't hurt you to reach just a little further than where you want to be, so that if you don't happen to hit that goal, you're still satisfied with where you got. Of course, at the same time, though, you want to make sure that if you're pushing for a goal, that like you're pushing for a goal. Give me just 1 second, guys. I'm going to go ahead and use in the YouTube stream.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for this YouTube Leadership Lounge. I appreciate all of the support that this Zoom conferences give, not only to me and being able to refresh myself in all of the different content, but for you too as well. And I'd sure love to have you come in and join us in one of our live Zooms where you can be a part of it and you can ask your questions and get your